Hey guys, this is Stephanie and I am Stacks on Stacks on Stacks. Today is day 3 of the Spring to It Videothon. I hope you guys are enjoying it so far because I certainly am. I have all the prompts linked down below. If you want to do one of these videos or you want to plan ahead and do a video down the road, please do that. We would love for you guys to be involved with us. Today's topic is a book series that I have finished. Now I'm taking the series pretty literally and I'm going not with trilogies or duologies, but books of 4 or more that are a series. I actually had to scrounge for this one. I had a hard time finding series, not trilogies, that I have finished, but I did it and I found 5 and I was pretty pleased with them. First one I'm going to talk about is The Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefvater. That is the Raven Boys, Dream Thieves, which I don't own, Blue Lily, Lily Blue, and The Raven King also, which I don't own. And I have completed the series. I just finished it last month, so if you want to know my thoughts on it, you can go watch my wrap up. But basically, we are following a group of boys and one girl, and they are looking for a Gallic king, I believe, or warrior king, his body, basically. And they believe he was buried somewhere on this ley line, so they are looking for him so they can get a wish from him, basically. So there's a lot of supernatural stuff in here. There's also way more to that plot than what I just said, but sometimes I feel like it gives away too much. And I will say each book builds really well on the last. I didn't love the conclusion book. I know a lot of people do. Maybe you would love it. I did not. But I finished it. The next series that I have completed is The Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis. I love this series. I don't think I read the whole series when I was a kid. I think I finally got around to reading the very last one, maybe maybe 10 years ago or so. It's a little more serious. The other ones really play up the fantasy, and the last one is just a little more serious. But it is a series that I absolutely love. I really do associate The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe with part of my childhood. But I also remember my mom reading to me Voyage of the Dawn Treader. This is my favorite one in the series. And this is just an all-around great series. Whether you're a kid or an adult, it is super enjoyable, though it is steered a little bit more towards children. Basically, there is this magical world called Narnia. In the first book, you get to see how it's created. In the second book, you get to see 4 kids that are siblings go into this world and have their experiences there, and so on and so forth down the line through the other books. They are all good. They are all fun. You don't necessarily have to read these in order. I wouldn't read the last one if you haven't read the others because it won't make sense. But they could kind of be standalones, I guess, but just read them in order. They're so much fun. I love these books. The next series that I have completed would be The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. I know I don't have them all here, but I have read them all. I guess I haven't read the new graphic novel. It came out like a month ago or so, or somewhere a couple months ago. My library hasn't got it yet, so I haven't read it yet. I should probably just buy it because I know I'm gonna love it. But this is Cinder, Scarlet, Cress, Fairest, and then Winter, which my niece is borrowing, and Stars Above, which my niece is also borrowing. And it also has the 2 graphic novels, Wires and Nerves. I have read all of them that I've been able to get to, and I totally enjoy this series. Basically, in the first book, we are following a girl whose name is Cinder, and it's kind of a Cinderella retelling. She has, an evil stepmother, an evil stepsister. She is kind of looked down upon like a servant. She's looked down upon as a servant because she is part cyborg or android, whatever you call it, part machine and part human. And in that society, the new Beijing society, those people are looked down upon. It is anything but predictable, and it is all of the fun you can imagine. This is a really good series. And if I were to tell you that there's a YA series that's kind of a retelling and we get other characters in there, you'd probably be like, yeah, thanks. But this is a great series. I even got my husband to read, I think he's read the first 2, and he was like, those are good books. He was like, I'm kind of confused. I feel like I shouldn't like them, but I do. And I'm like, well, you're welcome. The next series that I've completed is the famous, you were waiting for it, right? Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling. And I'm going to show you all these books individually because they are beautiful. I think these are the Bloomsbury editions, and they're the British ones, because as you see, we have the Philosopher's Stone instead of the Sorcerer's Stone. It's so pretty. These books are so beautiful. All of them are just gorgeous. Most people know what Harry Potter is about. If you don't know what Harry Potter's about, I'm not sure where you've been. This one has Dobby on the back too. I'm not sure where you've been or what you've been doing, but you have not been on the planet Earth. That is for sure. I love this cover. It might be my favorite. And on the back we have the Night Bus. I should have put this in my beautiful covers because these covers are beautiful. I didn't think about it. They were upstairs with my other kid books. And there we have our trio. But basically this follows a kid who is orphaned and finds out when he turns 11 that he's a wizard. And there's a whole world based on it. And it's not real. So I remember when it first started coming out, I was in high school and people are like, these are the demons books. They're about magic and they're real. And I'm like, well, Narnia is about magic. And I didn't take that for like a real thing. Maybe she's just that good of a writer. People thought she was real. I don't know, but I got to tell you, they're great books. They're great writing. And there's little Malfoy in the back. Everybody likes little Malfoy.
The Goon Patrol is here.
Goon Patrol is here. And the last one is purple. So that makes it my second favorite by far. And there we have our little bike with Hagrid.
And Dobby.
Hello, Dobby.
Hello.
This one doesn't have quite the Dobby ears. My little white one has Dobby ears. Don't you, baby? So it is a series I've completed. It is a series that I love. And it is a series I always attempt to read over and over every year, but I never do. I always get through like the third or the fourth, and then I stall in the fifth book because Harry's so grumpy. And I actually think I have only read the seventh book once. I know, I need to read it again. And the last series that I have read in completion, and now that I say this, I realize I don't think I've actually finished the last book, but we're gonna call it good, is the Dresden Files by Jim Butcher. I only have 4 of them. There are 15 in this series, and these are really great books. I think I got like halfway through the 15th one, and I had to take it back to the library because these are the only 4 that I own. I'd like to own them all, and I actually really like to own them not in mass market paperback, but they only do a first edition in the hardback, and then all they do are these. So I actually have looked for them in hardback, and I can't find the early ones at all because they were written the first one was written 18 years ago, but that's how I'd like to have them. So in this, we are following a wizard. His name is Harry Dresden, and he's a modern day wizard. These books take place in modern day Chicago, which is super fun. As a kid, we would go to Chicago almost every summer. So fun reading this because I would be like, oh, I've been there. Oh, I've been there. I've done this. So it's just fun to be like, I can actually see where he is and what he's doing. Harry actually advertises himself in the Yellow Pages, which most of you probably don't know what that is. But he has an advertisement and he says, I am a wizard. I do not do parties. I do not do tricks. I do actual magic, which is humorous. And then, of course, he gets calls for parties and tricks. And then every once in a while, he stumbles on to something where real magic is required, and he is a real wizard. Some of the books do get a little dark, and they do get pretty serious, but I just love his writing. And you can get the audiobooks, and James Marsters does the audiobooks, and he's Spike from Buffy the Vampire Slayer without the British accent because he's American, and he does such a good job. It almost made me love the books more. They do start out a little slow, but they pick up pretty quickly, so nothing to worry about. But these books have all the magic in them. They have fae, they have vampires and werewolves, and so much fun stuff. And it is a great world, and it builds on itself. So you start with this, and then it gets better and better and better and better. Every book is better than the last. This is a series that I really, really did enjoy. And it has one of my favorite characters of all time. His name is Bob, and he's a skull. I'm not going to tell you anymore. You got to read the book and find out. And just remember, I love Bob's skull. So that is it. 5 series that I have actually finished. I'm not great at finishing series, so I'm super impressed with this. And I only talked about series that are in their completion. There are a few series that I am finished to the point that are published, but I really want to do series that are already completed. Please tell me down below a series that you have read that's already completed, or numerous series if you're a super impressive person. I would love to know, and especially if they're good series, I want to know that even more. Feel free to check out everybody else's channel down below. We have Brews and Reviews, Brooke Clark, Christina's Journey, Danny Buxton, and The Story with Serenity Dawn. They are all talking about series they have read as well, and I'm sure you're interested to hear about those. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I will be back here tomorrow. How excited are you? I'm excited. You excited? I'm excited. You're excited? Awesome. Bye! Yeah.
I'm going to make some bacon.
Ooh, there's some in the fridge, I think.
There is. It's starting.
Make some for me. But the bacon. I love the bacon. I do love the bacon. How's my bacon coming?
What temperature should I put the oven?
Oh, you're gonna do it in the oven?
Well, I'm putting some for me in the pan. But...
I usually do it at 400.
And then how long?
Like, well, if you're only doing one sheet,
Just one sheet.
Probably 15 to 18 minutes.
Okay. Haha! Come on, Senny, let's go. The Goon Patrol is out.
Goodbye, house elf. So cute.